My name is Jason Raymond.
And I'm David Howard.
And you're invited
to the cookout.
I'm Jason Raymond, and I am a storyboard artist. I'm currently in school. And I'm also currently interning at Titmouse, which is super cool. I just want to make cartoons and draw other cool things.
Yeah, this is my current coworker at this point, but we also go to school together. I'm David Howard, and I'm also a 2D animator and artist as well. Today we have a special guest, and that is
Jacob Sommer! Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Well, howdy fellers. It's real nice to be brought on to your little radio. I'm sorry. I'm Jacob. I am also a 2D animator. I go to school with these two lovely fellas.
Oh, shucks.
I'm very excited to be the first guest on the show.
Yeah, he's our first guest. This is our first episode, and hopefully this comes out in June.
Yeah, what did you bring to the cookout this time?
What did we bring to the cookout?
I brought like a nice Colt 40, but it's for me specifically. I'm not sharing
What's a Colt 40?
It's like a really bad beer.
Oh, I don't drink.
Yeah.
That makes...
It's great. I wasn't gonna share.
It sounded like a gun. Just so you know, Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month!
Happy Pride Month! Hoping this comes out before it's over. I'm sure it will. To celebrate Pride Month, we're gonna draw some queer icons as, drumroll please, as Steven Universe characters. So we each chose a queer icon to draw as a crystal gem or a diamond or an off color, whatever we wanted to do. And I chose Grace Jones, who is a black and queer creative, a stage actress, high fashion model, disco singer, photographer's muse, new wave musician, film star, and a perennial trendsetter. If you aren't familiar with Grace Jones, Renaissance, which I'm sure you're familiar with, not the Da Vinci one,
right?
The Beyonce one.
If you aren't familiar, what are you doing?
What are you doing? And if you're not, you should probably click off of this episode.
Well,
don't click off. We need you.
Stay, please, please.
No, but we can introduce you to a few things.
Yeah,
so it's okay.
she was a big influence in Beyonce's Renaissance album, which she's touring right now, and hopefully I got to see it. But I'm gonna start drawing some Grace Jones things as a crystal gem, and she's like pretty like she's got like she gives me Yellow Diamond vibes, if that makes sense.
I can see it.
It definitely is a very like. The first words that came to mind is a very sturdy face.
Sturdy face. Damn, girl.
I think that's a good way to put Yellow Diamond.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot we can say about Grace Jones too. So there's like the fact that she was banned from Disney World.
She was banned from Disney World.
Why was she banned from Disney World?
I mean, probably for her like her gay agenda, as some more conservative people would like to put it.
She was destroying the American family.
But she was known for like not upsetting, disrupting sort of ideas of gender and expression. She famously said that she liked to dress like a boy, and I don't like this pose. She famously said that she likes to dress like a boy and that the future had no gender in the time she was
very much so a gender fluid icon.
We
live for that.
What are your guys' like experience with gender?
With gender, I don't know. It was definitely like an interesting thing for me because I remember like at a point where I had like a lot going on in my life. I definitely was like more heavily into like the gender non-conforming kind of like area, and I'd say like, definitely, it's sort of been like a flex for me where it's been like at some points I'm comfortable with like my like being cisgender. Other points I'm like, hey, they them pronouns don't refer to me as anything else, you fucking asshole. Mm-hmm. But outside of that, it definitely is kind of like on a cyclical nature for me personally, and it's something I've been thinking about a lot actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I can relate a bit to that too, though. Very, very more conforming in the background that I come from, but kind of like definitely explored more into what that means for me once coming to college and things like that. So.
Yeah. College is really like, I've been thinking about it. Like, college is probably like the best thing that you can do for like kind of like
your identity.
Yeah, it's like a cliche where it's like you go to college to find yourself.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, and I'd imagine it kind of like depends when you go into like a progressive college too. You know, I can't imagine going to like University of Georgia and you're like, wow, I want to experiment with queer identities. You know,
that's true. But if you're in Georgia and you're gay, turn up.
Yeah,
turn up.
You know, our fans in Georgia, turn up.
We still love you.
We still love you.
We're here for you.
Do we know anybody from Georgia?
I know this. I know this one guy He was a bartender at this one place in the. I forget specifically what district it is, but it's by Piedmont Park. His name is Princess, and he's the coolest motherfucker I've ever met in my life.
I feel like I'm gonna make her like a bit of a quartz, because she's got like, I don't like, you know, Rose Quartz's mother, right?
Yes.
And I feel like Grace Jones's mother. You know.
Yeah.
I think Grace Jones is a fusion. If she's like very like gender fluid, and I looked it up. I think they go by she they pronouns, but that's just what the internet says. But if they're like, it's like the best of both worlds. Like you get the best of both. But oh shit! I just moved the canvas around again. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, see, if she was a fusion, what would the two gems be?
That's a good.
I think it's two things that like would be polarizing. Maybe I'll do a little more research and like put it up on screen once we render this.
Add some whoosh sound effects.
Whoosh. I feel like it should be like the voguing like cow. Cacao. I don't want to draw this hand right now. I don't want them to see me struggle.
Yeah, the first hand you busted out was insanity. I was like, okay, all right. Not pretty fast.
I think the more you think about it, the more you're gonna fuck up. You gotta just commit to it.
Okay, let me just put a general shape in here, and then this is my general claw shape, and you guys are gonna see through the magic of editing how this
that's beautiful
comes into a finger. But I figured she's like on like either side. She like just represents very very much garnet and representing this duality. And I want these like screens to say like Vogue, like work.
It's kind of weird. She's giving like if Peridot was like also a fusion with garnet.
It's like Peridot but like cunty, you know.
Yeah. Peridot but cunty,
as Mr. Sommer would say.
As Jacob Sommer is famous for.
Yeah, and I think this is like I don't know, in terms of roles in the universe, I feel like she's like that art teacher. She's a visionary. She's a visionary gem, and this is like that art teacher that
changes your life.
Yeah, like she's gay, but she won't tell you she's gay. You just know it.
You just know it.
And it's the only other like queer person you see around.
But like she's the art teacher that you will not forget for the rest of your life.
You will never forget her.
Absolutely.
And she's a visionary. Like she sees it for you, and what's an inspirational message we can leave? And for people.
Be true, be you, be graceful.
Oh my God, be who you are.
Be who you are.
For your pride. Be who... I almost forgot how to spell you there. But yeah, she's very into your art and will like allow you to pursue your aesthetics. Yeah, I think this is... I'm just doing some accoutrements now. It just makes things look techie. I can't even describe it. But yeah, this is Grace Jones as a crystal gem, and
look at that.
She's gonna tell you better work.
You better work.
Awesome. All right, we're gonna take a brief pause and switch things around.
Yeah, I think should our special guest go next?
That makes sense.
All right.
All right. It's Jacob's turn.
Personally, I think we should keep both of those cuts in.
We'll put them in one after another.
Yeah. But Who'd you bring to the draw today as a crystal gem?
I decided to bring. I'm a little generic with it, except you didn't know who this man was, which was.
Okay.
You don't know who Freddie Mercury is.
Am I the Julia of this?
You might be. I'm sorry.
I'm kind of surprised it wasn't me. But,
I'm sorry.
You know, it's okay.
My God, I figured it out eventually.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so, for the Jays of the world, Freddie Mercury is a lead singer of Queen and legendary queer icon, known for his flamboyant stage persona and his 4-octave range. Octave or octave? Octave.
You don't sing much, do you?
No, I'm quite famously tone deaf.
We both have a music background.
Really? Yeah. I'm kind of outnumbered here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 4-octave range, and he's
Outnumbered in more
Can't
ways
speak
than one.
either.
Shut the fuck. Okay.
I'm gonna pick this up for you.
No. I got this.
All right. I just wanted to start
let it-
drawing, actually.
Okay. Fine. Go for it. Go crazy.
Oh my God, we found a white man to come out. He's getting violent. He's finally getting violent. Police! Not police!
Oh God.
Oh my God. Well, Freddie Mercury, as I forgot for some reason, he's part of Queen.
Yeah.
And okay, we got a strong gesture line coming. And he's known for his queerness, his flamboyancy, and his 4-octave range. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got quite the stage persona. I think he'd make a fun crystal gem. And it's so interesting because all of the queer, not all of them, we'll get to Davin's, but some of the queer icons we selected today came from a time where you could be punished for being.
Oh, this was at the height of the moral majority.
Which is really insane.
Yeah, he literally he died of AIDS in the 80s.
And
90s.
even so, the AIDS crisis is a whole nother thing we could
Whole
touch
nother
But,
conversation.
What also really gets me about these stories is that gay marriage was legalized in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
We have only lived 8 years of gay marriage being allowed.
Mm-hmm.
And these people were testifying, and in Grace Jones' case, it was illegal to wear clothes that weren't girl clothes assigned to your gender,
Right.
all the way up until the 1980s, I think.
Mm-hmm. Which, recent.
Yeah,
news also pretty big.
Yeah,
actually.
not a good year for queer progress.
It's interesting because it's there are a lot of terrible headlines, and it's easy to let those things make you feel terrible about yourself. But I think instead of, not that we should ignore what they're saying, because we should be paying attention before people are in jail cells for liking rainbows.
Yeah.
But I think it's even more of a time to pour your. I really like this torso. It's kind of. Good.
It's kind of.
Why is it kind of?
It's Freddie fucking Mercury. What do you expect?
Okay. But I think in this time it's even more important, especially during Pride Month, to pour your heart into people that love you and people that will fight for you. Loved ones. I really do believe in that, and even if it doesn't look like it right now. Let me tell you, love is winning me over with this
help.
With this man.
Waist on thinner.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a generic. I was thinking about it. He's a very brash and very loud man.
Yeah.
He's a very he's out there. I see him as a Jasper type.
I see that.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm putting one directly over his heart, amethyst style, and we'll see where that goes. No. I don't know. I chose him because he's outside of his relevance to queer culture and all that, he's very much just a wild fucking dude. He'd have these giant parties with again, keep in mind this is the 80s, so this shit was wild for back then, but fucking strippers, prostitutes, drag queens, the whole
Stripper?
Yeah, stripper.
I hardly know her.
Jay, hit the door. Thank you for bringing me on your show, Jay. I will be leaving right now.
Thank you.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, you talked
then-
about the wild parties.
And then also, like, what was it? Like, some random people's dads, too?
Some random-
Was that also a thing? What was that?
Or you just fuck random people's dads?
Yeah.
I don't doubt it. Freddie Mercury was just like...
Where did you pull that conversation?
Well, didn't we talk about that before?
That seems like it's just coming from out of your head.
No, I swear we talked about
But
that.
I don't remember talking about that, but I believe it if you told
Did
me.
I imagine this?
You might have.
Well, you were talking about.
Let's just say
the
this
picture
torso
of-
put you in the mood.
Stop. No, before I swear I didn't imagine.
What if he's like? I know this isn't a gem, but I feel like he needs to be like Mercury because it's like, you know, like it's like what if it's like sloshing around in his like gem? Cause it's
Oh
liquid
shit, that's honestly really
metal,
cool.
and you
Actually,
can make him all metallic.
yeah. I do like that idea. Actually.
Also, I like how we were like crystal gem. You straight up gave him a tank top.
Are you fucking
Like-
if you look at like the main crystal gems, they all just like wear generic clothes.
I understand.
Man's got a belt with.
Man went to H&M and showed up to defeat the diamonds. Like,
Exactly.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, he also like took like Princess Diana out to go clubbing like multiple
Which
times.
is awesome. Wait, Ice Spice, the People's
Yeah,
Princess.
the People's Princess.
Yeah, the People's Princess, who
That's
was definitely
crazy. The
alive
Hood
in like
Princess?
1981.
Princess. She's just like what? Keep it a buck. Like,
like
thought I was
what?
feeling you?
Like what? Keep it a buck.
like what? That's but it's crazy. There are these. It seems like there are people in like these pockets of time where there are these people that really defy everything that But do you think that comes with their title and like do you think their money in a sense allows them to safely defy?
Oh, 100% does. Like, the thing is that like Freddie Mercury, David Bowie, you know, whoever have you, like the rock stars of that era.
This is just a man. You got rid of this gem. I guess not there.
Yeah, it's literally just a man. I don't know.
Because you're just a man. His gem's back.
His gem's back.
Gem is back.
I don't know. I was thinking about like ways to incorporate like Mercury into this, but I'm not like looking at reference right
But he
now.
has like permanent tears. Like,
Permanent
You know what I'm
tears.
saying?
So like very spinel.
yeah.
So like something like this, you know.
Yeah. That's very Mercury.
Honestly, I just put it together that you said Mercury because of his last.
Dude. Oh my god.
I
Freddie Spinell.
Freddie.
Freddie Emerald. Freddie Diamond. Freddie Mercury.
Honestly, I do see it though.
Mercury. Do you think he tells temperature? That's what's in the thermometer, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I had to
You had
really
the
think
wildest.
about it. I had to really think about
I wish
it.
y'all could see David's face when trying to figure it out.
This conversation is like dragging me all over the place. I'm like,
Speaking of drag.
speaking of drag,
Speaking of drag,
This conversation is all over the place.
it is.
But keep in mind, like, if you're here for like quality production, click off. If you're
maybe
here-
you don't do that. you don't do that exactly.
Don't click off.
But you know, maybe lower your expectations
Why
a
don't
bit.
you leave a comment about it? Like things you'd
Yeah,
like to
give us
see.
some interaction. Maybe like, share,
PayPal-
subscribe, hit
PayPal-
that like button.
Yeah.
and also like PayPal them like $8,000 if you
Yeah,
could.
yeah,
Great.
Pay us.
I will if this video gets more than 100 views, I will. What should I do? I'll. What should
I don't know.
I will.
Have Jacob Sommer on another time.
We'll invite Jacob
I mean,
back.
we're
Exactly.
bringing Jacob back for sure.
If this video gets more on
If not, we're banishing you to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah,
Is his
Jacob will
mic
get
his, like, gem?
another invite to the cookout.
Oh shit, that honestly would be really
Is that
cool.
his weapon? His gem
that
weapon?
makes sense.
Yeah. Let's see.
He's so cool. You really busted out this man.
Yeah,
I
I'm.
mean, even like this glove sort of deal going on.
It's like a wrist cuff sort of
Yeah,
thing.
okay.
Yeah.
you know, it's always so hard to believe that we go to art school and are around other people that do things like this, because every time I see anybody draw, I'm like, wow.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
And I'm like, oh wait, I also do this. This is what I go to school for.
Yeah, literally just in like the cohort we're in, just like the amount of talent in that shit, it's absolutely insane.
Yeah, I would love to like feature like artists that you guys should check out at the end of this video, and like truly I think people, there's this hole. Ooh, I thought I saw a spider. Oh my god. It's just a hole in the wall. Isn't that hole in the wall kind of dick shaped? We'll flash it up on screen.
Yeah, very. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it's on screen right now.
It's like an inverted dick. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, are we gonna get? Anyways, what were they saying?
We
Go to art school.
Art school, yeah.
Guys, we're barely functioning adults, by the way. Which is why. Anyways, art school. The best thing, and I think the only thing art school is really, truly worth for is being around other artists. Everything else you truly can get on YouTube or some like $50 subscription.
Preach.
But being around other artists will genuinely propel your ability to make art and want to make art.
Also, like
tenfold.
It also exponentially like grows like your chance of success, like in the artistic world.
Yeah. Like my drive to improve myself alongside the other people that I work with has so drastically improved upon coming to school like this.
Oh, I 100% agree with that.
I need to make sure that I can work with y'all.
Yeah. It's almost like you're trying to keep up, you know? Does this guy get
Which isn't necessarily to say it's a competition, but
I think you should have like just like a tube.
A tube.
Like he kind of hopped like a Higglytown hero.
What?
A what?
A Higglytown.
What the fuck are you talking about?
A Higglytown hero.
A Higglytown hero.
Yeah. They're in the.
I really wish
I could say I knew.
It's not a slur, I promise.
It sounds like one.
Now I'm convinced that it is.
Yeah, shut up, you Higglytown.
Shut up, you goddamn Higgly.
Oh my god, now it really sounded like a slur coming out of your mouth. Jesus. They're the Russian nesting doll cartoon.
Why did you just say Russian nesting doll?
They were called Higglytown Heroes.
I didn't know that's what they were called.
That's what it was called.
Okay.
I promise, guys.
Guys, I swear, I'm not a bigot.
Sound off in the chat if you're.
And comment down below.
Comment down below.
If you're
we're
real
on
Higgly.
that 2 million creeps.
Stop. Barely. Let's get to 5, Dave.
It's true.
Let's get to 5.
It's true.
First, you know?
And I love how he's wearing jeans too.
I will say that's I'm about done with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't notice how like wacky proportions the legs are, but
I kind of live for it though.
It gives him. It's okay. He's a crystal. He's just shapeshifting right now.
Exactly. That's what it is.
It's a power play thing.
Yeah. Bad proportions are always just shapeshifting.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Well, thank you, Jacob.
All right. I appreciate that.
All right, it is Davin's turn to
Hi.
draw.
Okay.
Who'd you bring to the table today?
So, who I brought to the cookout today, we're very on theme, is Janelle Monáe. Who is also a queer icon. They go by she, her, and they, them pronouns.
That's a song by Janelle Monáe. She, her, they, them?
Yeah, she, her, they, them. They are a non-binary individual, and they are pansexual.
She's a singer, songwriter, activist, fashion icon whose global success spans decades. Well, maybe a decade. She's not that old. And she has 8 Grammy nominations. It's crazy. Yeah. I love to see. There's this clip of somebody at the Grammys or whatever, and they're like, "Who you rooting for tonight?" And she's like, "Everybody black." Exactly that.
Oh my God. I remember fucking like white supremacist Twitter was like,
Oh, imagine if a white person said this.
No, literally.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The thing about that take that I don't understand is like when people say, imagine if the roles were reversed in terms of power dynamics. They were reversed.
It's like, but it's like whoever's saying that is just blatantly saying like they hate black people. That's what it is.
It's true.
Yeah.
And I don't know. She's like powering up, sort of.
I'm figuring it out. We're figuring it out.
We'll give you your space to work.
I don't know. It's just when you're a black person talking to anyone of any other identity, whether they're like cishet and white or whether they're another queer person, the thing I'm never interested personally is the oppression Olympics. Mm-hmm. People love to play this sport. I'm like, you might pick up volleyball or something. Yeah. This is not going to take you anywhere.
This isn't your
There are no college scholarships for oppression Olympics. There's not one. Trust me, I looked.
Trust me, I looked. It's crazy.
And It's just people will use their oppression to reason with you or fight with you or whatnot, and those conversations they'd be so much more productive if they came out of a space where we were trying to understand each other.
Because like you said, like in a space that we're trying to understand each other. I mean, often those arguments are brought up in a place of like diminishing the other person,
exactly,
or like just straight out telling them to stop talking. You know,
stop talking.
Yeah, it's very much along the lines of the.
I didn't mean to actually silence you right there. That was kind of crazy.
Very much along the lines of the whole all lives matter kind of line of thinking. It's like, well, that's not what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, and of course, all lives matter. Like nobody's arguing with that.
Yeah.
But the matter of the fact is, maybe this will come out on Juneteenth or something. But
you, with your first guest being a white guy on Juneteenth,
it's okay. You're like, he was who we had in the room.
Okay.
Well.
What was I even saying?
Okay,
you don't give a kid who's not bleeding a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, 100% what it is like people who say all lives matter. They are uncomfortable with the fact that the status quo is not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like. I don't know, because I remember, like, you know, I have an old grandpa, you know. I remember him explicitly saying during the George Floyd protest, saying, like, what these protesters don't understand is that all lives matter. And it's like, do you understand why the fuck they're out there?
That voice is, like, scary good. David, I fucking love this pose.
Oh, yeah, it's really good.
I'm trying so hard.
You get the anatomy down really well, too. I like how with the biceps.
The gem in the eye, too, is really cool. Yeah. Do you want to put up any reference here?
You're just doing this without reference.
Yeah, I'm kind of just going for it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Feel free to pull it up whenever.
If I do, I will definitely go ahead and do that though.
Yeah. It's awesome. I will also say, David, you can tell me about your experience with this, but when it comes to being like racist or homophobic to other like identities, I feel like black people can oftentimes be really problematic in some of these conversations. There's this thing where a lot of black people, after years of being tormented in this country, are looking for the next person down to oppress. That's why you see a lot of black men oppressing black women, or black communities being casually racist towards Asian people, or just being homophobic. And these are the things we do not do at our cookout, but I have heard them at a few cookouts.
That part.
Like, and it's upsetting because you just don't get anywhere. We're all fighting each other instead of the man.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like the nature of, like, late-stage capitalism, is that, like, not to get all, like, you know, all Marxist on this, you know, all pre-Soviet Russia, but, like...
That was also really good.
Yeah, we gotta start doing voices.
Yeah, for real, fuck yeah.
I was talking to my roommate Jordan about, like, hot accents, and Russian's up there.
Russian's 100% a hot accent.
It's really...
Yeah.
Did that do it for you? That was...
I'm glad I can put my services to work
seedy.
here. But yeah, as I was saying, but like it's kind of like just like the nature of late stage capitalism, that instead of like what like power structures do, instead of wanting us to be united, is it wants us bickering with ourselves, you know. So that's why, you know, we see like a whole like the whole right wing, like the whole like, oh, it's a culture war, we need to shut up these woke leftists, and it's like the thing is that like all of the places that are like pushing out this agenda, like Florida being like the number one, literally has like the worst like institutional programs to help its own people. Like societally speaking, they have the worst schools, they have the worst roads, they have like everything that like should be helping the average American. They're not, but they're like propelling figures forward that help like kill the woke mind virus or some bullshit.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't know.
David, this is giving like Sailor Scout.
Okay. That was okay. So
I
when it came to Janelle Monáe, because I was really trying to channel like a lot of the influence that they have. They have this kind of like a sci-fi theme going on with a lot of their different
Yeah.
albums, so I wanted to channel that with some of their things. So
It is
was-
channeling. Channel 9, Channel 10, Channel 8.
So-
Channel 8 this the fuck up.
So I'm really kind of going.
Are we
with those
funny?
kind of things.
Yeah, I think we're pretty funny.
Yeah.
Well, that's for the audience to decide.
The thing is, you know what we've become? Like, we've become a group of men deciding they need to start another podcast.
That is definitely
those
what we
people.
did. But,
God.
you know,
Yeah.
okay, let's figure out what we're doing here.
What were we talking about?
Oppression.
Yeah, all the colorful
all the
subjects.
light topics.
But to talk about the whole Sailor Scout thing with Janelle Monáe, Steven Universified here, I was thinking about the fact that they also like to kind of toy around with how they want to present themselves, especially with the clothing that they deal with, wearing like kind of more traditional or masculine clothing, or versus as well as like a toying with like feminine clothing and things like that. So just like kind of like putting them together in that sense and being like, okay, well, let's see how where that brings us.
She's like, I have to type over here, but I have to look this way.
The wind's hitting me perfectly.
It's like when you guys send an email but serve cunt at the same time.
Yeah.
It happens to the best of us. That was me like a minute ago, actually.
She's giving like an Ace Attorney vibe.
Yeah. That's one of my influences too. I love
I haven't
Ace
played
Attorney.
Ace Attorney.
You need to.
You would really.
I think I'd like it.
The amount of sexual tension between like Phoenix and like
Literally everyone.
literally everyone. I was gonna say what's
I'm
his
trying to
name?
get like Phoenix.
No, you'd vibe with it. You'd vibe with
see,
Ace
I
Attorney.
see.
I absolutely love Ace Attorney.
Okay, I a little ad speaking through. You should have gave Freddie a crop top. Then we would have all been there. We'd all been there.
Oh, that would work really well with the design.
It's
too.
not too late. It's not too late.
We can fix that in the.
In post, maybe.
Yeah.
I will.
I love saying in post.
Yeah.
Like,
in this context, it's like we're not even faking it. It's like
Yeah.
genuinely yet. Yeah. When did you realize that you're like practically a professional?
It still hasn't hit me yet.
when did it's interesting because I don't think that way about myself like whatsoever, but it's also like we're all at a stage where it's like
Because like we're at a point where we are committing to this as like a career for the rest of
yeah,
our lives.
and it's also like if you don't treat yourself like a professional, you're not gonna be treated like one. You're not gonna be hired.
Yeah, because like I don't know, because I remember talking to Zev about it, and this was like a time when I was going through like a crisis of like, oh my work's terrible, I'm gonna go drop out.
Mr. Shavat, one of our professors.
Yeah. This is a absolutely unit of a man. But, he kind of just sat me down and said, hey, listen, you're going to feel this way about your art because everyone feels this way about their art.
Yeah.
You as
Another queer icon, by the way.
100%.
Zev Shavat.
You should try to get Zev on the show. He's going to say no.
Probably. He's not coming to my dorm.
Zev is not coming over here.
But like the thing is that he kept saying to me like, dude, you feel this way because you're an artist, but you're going to have to work past it because you're a professional.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a word.
Yeah.
You feel this way because you're an artist. Preach. But you're gonna have to work past it because you're a professional. Crazy. That's something out here in church.
Yeah.
We should start art school church.
Oh my god.
Where we preach about like
I feel
We
like
preach
just gotta
about
get
art
Zev
tips?
to like write the scripts for every single
it's
show.
true.
For that.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Wherever this video is finding you, I hope the world is not in shambles.
Yeah.
I hope we're not illegal people. I hope, and I hope there's a little joy that's coming from this. This is the first time we're doing something like this. I mean, second time, but anyways.
We're really like laying into like the serious topics this time.
I mean, yeah, and I think as we go through this, we're going to find a different thing. There'll be silly times and there'll be goofy times. But I think, as... Like, Jacob, I guess, we'll probably have him on again, but David and I, as, black creatives in a space that has this laser is so fucking cool. As black people in a space or we haven't always been welcomed. I think a lot of the time we might lean into social correction almost, and finding new direction for just finding new approaches as Black creators. And I think that might be a theme you find in the things we like to make. And we appreciate you coming.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate the offer.
For being a part of this conversation, because it's something for everyone. Your identity doesn't excuse you from these conversations.
Of course.
Are you guys all rocking with the
I'm gonna
ballpoint pen that I've been using?
The
This looks great.
Yeah, it looks great.
This looks awesome.
Dude.
Thank you. Okay.
Jacob,
Yeah.
thanks for coming to the cookout.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
You know, we really appreciate the coleslaw you
Yeah,
brought
the
here.
raisins were a great addition.
I made sure not to do it, overdo it with like any like seasoning or anything like that. I really appreciated
The
it.
salt and pepper was
Salt and pepper was
just
really
enough.
just
Just enough.
It's a little too spicy for me. I hope y'all understand. Yeah.
well. Anyways, thank you for listening, and we appreciate any of that tuned in for this. This was, a lot.
Let's pack it up.
Got your to-go plates.
Oh,
Take your plates
I like
to go.
that. Take your plates to go.
Take your plates to go.
I like that.